Through the first couple of rounds, Gil, Bermudez has been confused and I think frustrated already by the speedy McGirt.
He suddenly looks like a confused man. A man who can't solve a puzzle right now, Tim. There he's lunging again, trying to reach Buddy with the right hand. Tim, you have to set a guy up with a jab. If you can't hit him with a jab, you can't hit him with anything. And Bermudez just there he is reaching with that right hand again.
McGirt calmly countering those lunges with sharp left jabs that brought some blood to the nose of Bermudez in round 2.
You know, Buddy McGirt has been in with so much better competition than Bermudez, Tim, and it's showing here. Look at those feints. You just have to watch Buddy. He's tying this guy up in knots just with his feints. Look at those feints. There he goes.
Lands that right hand. It's definitely his most dangerous punch, and it's because of all of those things you just described, Gil. He sets the guy up and then he wings that overhand right.
He's feinting all the time. Just can't. He's a little bit out of the other guy's punching range, and he's the shorter guy, but he knows just when to move in.
There's a left uppercut lead by Bermudez, and that's his best punch so far.
It's probably his first punch so far, Tim.
And again, a right hand from McGirt scores.
Keep Buddy feinting there and step back, Tim.
Well, that's it. He's not afraid to lead with that right after he does all that feinting. He doesn't necessarily throw the jab, so it's a double confusing piece of strategy. Good combination by McGirt, left and right.
Right now, this is a boxing clinic.
Right hand again by McGirt. And his big counter to the body.
The hardest punch that Bermudez threw so far in the fight. Counter to the body. Right hand.
Under 30 seconds to go. Round number 3. Scheduled 10 rounder. Coming to the end of the 3rd round, live from Atlantic City on CBS Sports Sunday. Number 4 scheduled for 10, and an unhappy Bermudez corner telling their man to get busier. They like the look of that left uppercut, Gil. That was the only real solid punch he landed.
And Tim, I noticed at the end of the last round that Bermudez was starting to jab across his body. And if he does that, he's going to get hit on the chin with a right hand counter. Can't jab across. There he just did it again.
Now McGirt answered with an uppercut of his own in that exchange. Bermudez trying to get closer, and McGirt is willing at this moment to stand there with him.
Buddy doesn't have to stay on the ropes, Tim. One place he shouldn't be.
Bermudez getting a chance here to land some shots only because McGirt is standing still. Now just a little overconfidence on Buddy's start. He got off to such a good start through the first 3 rounds, Gil.
I just you can't figure these guys out, Tim. Why would he do a thing like that? He was completely outboxing Bermudez couldn't even find him. He just stayed on the ropes and allowed Bermudez to land some punches. Maybe Bermudez will get his confidence back.
I think there's no question of that. I think it's evident now. Bermudez looks more confident. Good combination by McGirt there, and that shook Bermudez, the right hand. He's in little trouble. McGirt knows it. There's another shot. Buckle his knees, and another right hand.
And Bermudez ties him up, which is the only thing to do.
He's still in some difficulty, and McGirt drives him into the ropes.
Bermudez is game though, Tim. He did throw a left hook back. He's badly hurt. Fighting on instinct alone. Low blow by Buddy McGirt.
Under a minute to go in this 4th round.
And you can see Bermudez trying to fire back, Tim.
And Bermudez just missed an overhand right of his own, but it was so slow, McGirt was able to pull back.
Well, he is a slow puncher, Tim, but usually very accurate. Not in this fight. Too much of an elusive target for Buddy McGirt.
Legs still look a little shaky, but he does seem to have himself back together, so McGirt unable to follow up.
Again, he's jabbing across his body, Tim. When he does that, he drops that left hand and leaves himself wide open for right hands on his chin.
Well, McGirt kind of lets Bermudez back into the fight early in the round and then wound up nearly putting him away. McGirt pounding from the ropes. Final seconds of the fourth. Another right hand. Bermudez struggling to stay on his feet. Blood from the nose again. Following Jose Leonardo Bermudez back to his corner. His manager quickly in there, Tuto Tabala from Miami, along with the ring physician, checking his condition.
Let's take a look at Buddy McGirt operating. There's left hook, right hand, and another left hook. But you notice the way he keeps his balance, Buddy. That way he can throw those punches. Doesn't let it all hang out with one punch. He's on you all the time.
That was the staggering right hand at the end of that combination of punches.
Now watch that balance. Look at Buddy's balance.
Bermudez, you can see, struggling to stay on his feet, did manage to stay up. There was no knockdown. Let's go to Dan Jiggets over in the Bermudez corner.
Tim, right now in the Bermudez corner, they're telling him to breathe through his mouth because his nose is blocked up. Of course, that's because of the damage that Buddy McGirt has done to him. Back to you.
Well, he's having trouble breathing because he's got a few cobwebs in his head as well, I think, Dan, after that fourth round. That was a strong one for McGirt after a slow start in that round. We had given McGirt the first 3 rounds.
Well, Bermudez doesn't lack courage, Tim. He's still walking in there trying to throw punches.
And he lands 2 left hands in a row. Round 5, scheduled for 10.
Al Cerdo just shouted to Buddy McGirt, don't stay in there, buddy. And when Buddy just stays out of the Bermudez punching range is when he does well. He makes Bermudez reach and then he counters.
Bermudez, 19-0-2, ranked number 5 by the WBC, number 7 in the world by the WBA. McGirt is 1-2-5 among the 3 organizations, and IBF number 1.
And Tim, out of those 19 wins, 18 have been knockouts. So we know that Bermudez has heavy hands. Buddy's looking for that one big shot against him. Look how elusive McGirt is. Spins the guy around, makes him miss. Consummate professional.
Consummate professional in every aspect of his career, too. Yola and all of the storm really started by his manager, Al Cerdo, this past week about McGirt being ignored in the title shots. McGirt just saying, hey, I'll fight whoever's there, just put him in front of me. He's not complaining. He's patient.
Well, that's what he's been doing, Tim, and they just signaled me from Buddy McGirt's corner that he has hurt his left arm. Bicep, I believe it is. Well, let's watch and see if Buddy has to fight with one hand or 2.
We'll get Dan Jiggets over in that case for us. Under a minute to go in round number 5.
So far, Buddy hasn't used that left hand since they mentioned to me that he has hurt the hand. There's the right hand. Right on the button. And Bermudez is still standing there.
Right hand just grazed Bermudez and pulled back from that one.
Well, that's because Bermudez jams across his body and drops that left hand, leaves himself wide open for the right hand.
30 seconds to go in the 5th.
You see, Buddy's just about fighting with one hand now, Tim.
Bermudez landed a right hand that time. And McGirt gets one of his own in the final seconds of the 5th, and Bermudez in some trouble again. End of round number 5. Well, coming up later today, the final. Let's go quickly to Dan Jiggets and see what's going on.